She's #1. She did it playing great tennis still. To me, she was just gonna hit her peak. I didn't think she still got there. You know, as good a year as she had last year, I thought she was just hitting her stride as a tennis player, really becoming a much better all-around player, coming to the net more, really hitting all the shots from all over the court. I thought, now we're gonna see the cream of the crop being in her best, and she, you know, she doesn't have it mentally, doesn't have it emotionally, and I was shocked, as was the rest of the world. But I think the kind of tennis that it takes to play the way she plays, which is very all-encompassing, very emotional, very passionate, and she has to work so hard because she's 5'5"3/4". Everybody else is like, you know, they got 5-10 inches on her. And then if you put an arm to it, they got about this much reach with every step. That's huge. So she has to work so hard, and there's such a fine line between being 100% and being just a little bit less. And when you're just that little bit less, the kind of tennis that she plays, you can't cut it anymore, and it's too hard. So I understand it, but I'm like, oh, I was so looking forward to watching her play. Justine was ahead for the last 12 months, but if you just take this year, it's been a pretty even run by Serena Williams, Justine Henin, and Maria Sharapova. So it was a pretty wide open field, I think, who was going to be #1 at the end of the year, with Sharapova having a slight edge. So it's wide open now, even more so. So it'll be interesting to see who ends up #1. It's been a wide open field for the women like now for the last 5-6 years. I think Ana Ivanovic is a superstar in waiting. She's beautiful, she's drop dead gorgeous, and a great personality, really sweet woman, and she's got the game to back it up. So I think if she comes through in a slam, watch out, Maria. You know, here comes another superstar that might actually eclipse her. But it's great. I think women's tennis is in great shape. We have some fun personalities. They all play a little too similar for me. That's why I'm sort of mourning Justine's retirement, because she had a different game. Svetlana Kuznetsova comes close to that. She can mix it up. She's more of an all-around player. She can come to the net. But overall, you know, they're just all banging from the baseline, and they're so strong. They don't need to come to the net. Well, you know, Sharapova, when she first came out, they thought, oh, she was just another Kurnikova, you know, pretty but won't win. And she won. She won Wimbledon when she was 17 years old. It really surprised everybody. And then she won the US Open a couple of years later. Won the Australian Open this year. So she's on track to be the youngest, I think, to have completed all 4 slams, and it's only been done, I think, by four people prior to her, maybe 5. So it's quite a feat, you know. It's only been done by a couple of guys and a handful of women. So you know, it puts you right up there in tennis's history. So she'll be gunning for it. You know, it's too bad that Justine didn't find it in her heart or in her soul to find that passion for just a couple of months and see if she can win Wimbledon. As again, she would have been one of the handful of women to have won all 4 Grand Slams. It's the only one that's missing. Yet to me, her game is best suited for grass compared to everybody else, because she can serve volley, she can come to the net. She's got that slice backhand, moves so well. Power does not play as well on the grass as it does on the other surfaces, yet it's the only one that she never won. Last year perhaps would have been her best chance, and she got nervous and she fell to Bartoli in the semis. So it's too bad that she didn't stick around for a couple more months. I think her game would have been the best for it. No, I think not necessarily. I think you know, you can get nerves anytime when something means so much to you, you just can't breathe. And I think because Justine has never won there before, she really wanted to win that one, and perhaps it got to her more than anywhere else. I mean, look at what Amélie Mauresmo's been doing here at the French Open. Has come here as a prohibitive favorite a couple times and playing in. Basically, if she wasn't French, I think she would have won the French Open by now. But that pressure just is too much, and sometimes no matter what you do, you just can't get over it because you want it so badly. So it's a fine line between wanting something enough and then wanting it too much. So there's always a balance. But yeah, nerves always get in the way, and that just means you care. You know, it's how you handle it, and for the most part, Justine Henin was a total champion, handled it beautifully. But sometimes something just means too much. We'll see if Roger Federer can you know, if he gets close to winning, how he's going to hold up. I mean, guys choke just as much as the women. I've seen it, especially at Wimbledon. I think Wimbledon makes you choke more than anywhere else, though. I've seen Becker and Edberg just trying to practically give the championship away to each other. But it's, you know, that's what happens when you care so much. I think grass favors a big serve, and grass favors the best athletes. And I think the Williams sisters are the best athletes, along with Justine Henin would have been the best athletes in the game. And grass favors the best athlete. Now you see Pete Sampras, he was the best athlete in men's tennis. Now Roger Federer is. You know, I was up there, Steffi Graf. We could adapt because you get the irregular bounces, and the best athletes are able to pick it up, see that quickly, and still adapt to that. Venus comes to another level when she plays on grass. Last year she did it 3 years ago again. She was nowhere to be seen all year, and next thing you know, as soon as Serena's out of the tournament, Venus starts playing great ball, and I saw a different person. I mean, she becomes a different player on the grass. So surface can do that to you. Sometimes clay can give people confidence or make them fall apart, and grass can do that to you as well. Williams sisters thrive on the grass because they're the best athletes. I think the Williams sisters will be hard to beat on the grass on the women's side, and on the men's side, how can you go against Roger? Again, Djokovic is such a wild card now with being such a close third that you know, the guys now, the draw, whoever has him in their hat, whether it's Nadal or Federer, makes a huge difference, because now whoever's got him in their hat, they gotta beat Djokovic and the other guy. And that's a lot, you know. Then the other guys rested and probably didn't have as hard a semi-final, and especially at the end of a tournament, it can become the deciding factor.